Mestilah dia bagi tahu depan-depan. And actually at that moment mestilah ada rasa perasaan sedih juga, you know.
F it bus.
The three of us actually is very happy for Syasya because it is her decision to, get married, and kita orang just is very happy that she's happy now, and we respect her decision.
Kenapa Universal ambil keputusan untuk umumkan beberapa hari sebelum Hari Raya, which is macam orang tengah busy and everything, and you guys break the news with that?
Well, I think the most important things is a lot of things sometimes we cannot hold back. Whether it's Raya, tak Raya, the news is news, right? So we think is that we are responsible to share the news wherever the time is. So I think whenever we make that decision, it was a decision between Syasya and the girls and the company to actually share it. So we can't find a better time. There's never a better time anyway. If I do it after Raya, people ask me kenapa after Raya. So if I do it before Raya, kenapa before? But I think we all have come to the consensus, whether it's the company, Syasya's team, and also Dolla, we have decided to just share the news as where it comes.
So bila Syasya membuat keputusan untuk menarik diri, bila perbincangan itu berlaku, so bagaimana dia hantar surat ke apa ke macam mana?
No, I think what I want to stress here is Syasya still have an existing contract with Universal Music, right? Because the way that we have formed our contract is individually they have formed the contract because they have actually come in as an individual artist prior before. Then we formed Dolla. So all of them has individual contracts. So of course it's their responsibility to share that news dengan kita wherever they feels that they may want to undurkan diri, which I think individually all of them have this conversation with me every year. Like where's our direction, what we want to do this year and things. That's why it's a common conversations between the girls and also the company. So it's not any individual's decision making. So when Syasya decided that she wants to have this conversation, she will have to bring this up with the company first. And then we went through the conversation. To be honest, it's actually quite fast because we are in the planning of moving forward with the girls in terms of promotion in Malaysia ataupun Singapore ataupun Indonesia. So I think it's the right time for us to share. That's why I said there is never a right time to actually inform you guys. Whether it's after this show, after next show, or things like that. So we just did it as we think that's the right time to go.
So bila dia bagi tahu dia nak keluar dulu?
I think was like when we make up. That means when we release the news is probably a week ago or 2 weeks before we release the news.
So
officially dia punya contract dah.
Tak. Actually, that's why I'm making this statement. Officially, her contract is not. Her contract is still with Universal Music.
So how is she going to make up the rest of the years yang dia?
Actually, none of the contract they are committed to do anything. They are just committed basically as a girl group on how we actually want to move forward with the promotion. And it is a perbincangan between both parties. It is not a company decision, nor is the girls' decision individually. So we all will come to consensus. Okay, this year what we want to do, which country we want to go. So individually, they also will tell me what is their direction, what do they want to do, which holiday they want to go. And we have this discussion very commonly with each other.
So any possibility Syasya akan tampil solo dengan lagu-lagu baru?
Oh, we do not know yet because that's also depending on how our discussion with Syasya. So Syasya can have any conversations with us. At the moment now, she has made the decision on she wants to stop for a while. So we are just going to that way and we're going to respect her decision for now.
Syasya maksudnya kontrak still dengan Universal,
yes,
tapi tidak bersama dengan Dolla.
Yes.
Macam tu
Yeah.
So dalam masa terdekat, adakah tempat Syasya akan digantikan atau maintain 3 orang?
All I can tell you is we make plans year by year. So I can say this year there's no such plan because the girls has actually agreed to work hard to try to make whatever that we have in committed to the brands or also our media partners and also platforms this year to continue with our journey. Whether after this year how we're going to do, because it's a very tough work from 4 girls to 3 girls, to be honest. I think all of you will know that. So the girls has actually agreed to do this by themselves and going to work double, triple hard to make this happen.
So adakah keputusan Syasya ini memberi kesan terhadap kumpulan Dolla, dari segi mungkin dari segi persembahan, kontrak, jenama atau sebagainya untuk masa terdekat ini?
I think Universal has done quite well in terms of professional of how we deal with it, and I mentioned this today in normal press conference or in normal Raya open house, which a lot of you have attended. I don't give so much of information except this year. It's because I think as a company, we work very well in terms of our ecosystem with the artists as well as our team. So is our brand partners. They have been very supportive. So before we make any announcement, press release that go out, we have already informed our partners. That's why everything is planned accordingly. Although you see it from a I would say from an end user perspective, macam like, oh, you know, it's a surprise. There's no such thing called surprise. We do curate it properly so that we all can cover every angle as it is.
So before you guys
You want to answer it?
before you guys come out dengan statement kan, ada my fans cakap macam, oh contract usually tak boleh kahwin, tak boleh ni, adakah betul yang kontrak nyatakan tak boleh kahwin?
Yeah, but we are in Malaysia. This contract doesn't apply in Malaysia. The girls is here, they will tell you this. I always say this, contract is contract. They are also human, like a UN family. I always emphasize this. If they are not happy whether contract, how much they tie to you, there's nothing's going to happen. So that's the way we run our business. But not necessarily every company runs the same thing. That's why I say there's such contract, no doubt, I always say. But in Malaysia, we don't do that because we have a different culture. So there's certain things we don't follow. So we follow everything that's a bit more customized in Malaysian culture.
Ada sesi pujuk-memujuk tak sewaktu Syasya mengumumkan untuk keluar daripada
I don't think there is. Why I'm saying all this is because the first channel that come in the communication is me. That's why the girls, we also know exactly how we want to inform the girls. You can ask the girls later. But I think the way I do things is very simple. When you come to me, you bring forward, if someone say, I want to resign in your company, I will respect the decision because you already have a lot of thoughts behind why you want to do it. That's a simple thing. So why do you still need to pujuk-memujuk?
Prior to the announcement kan, Dolla punya performance bertiga macam Syasya missing masa tu. Adakah itu waktu yang dia dah memang betul dah tak join Dolla?
Belum. At that time, no, she was really also not. I think she was also struggling to actually try to bring up the deals. That's why I say I believe she has gone through a tough time to try to make that decision and to share it with the company as well. I don't think anybody will want to make that kind of tough decision unless they need to. It is her happiness that she chose. So we are going to be respectful about it.
Does she have a commitment to fulfill until her contract expire?
Well, I can't reveal how the contract works, but I think we all have come to certain agreement on how we want to do this. Yeah. There is no such thing. Again, I never do anything that's obligated on any of my artists. We will always find a ways to get it out of it.
So untuk Dolla, mungkin secara peribadi kan dengan rakan-rakan kan, bila Syasya berjumpa you guys, bercakap dalam grup WhatsApp ke macam mana? Syasya bercakap dengan you guys semua dia nak keluar dari Dolla.
Mestilah dia bagi tahu depan-depan. And actually at that moment mestilah ada rasa perasaan sedih juga, you know, because of the change and everything that's happening. Tapi together we actually still talk, we're still friends, and we have agreed to be happy together and support her decision juga.
Macam the news broke masa you guys tengah peak, orang cakap, and you guys tengah dekat recording dekat China tu, tengah on air semua kan, everything. So macam perasaan you guys bila this thing happen, waktu you guys tengah betul-betul tengah macam all out, orang tengah kenal and everything?
I mean, like we said, it's a bittersweet, but at the same time, it is essentially her decision, and kita orang memang dari start dah tahu that as a girl group, masing-masing akan ada what they want to do, masing-masing punya plan. So who are we to tell her macam what's this a bad time or a good time? So we just respect her decision, and kalau dia happy, we are also happy, and she will always continue to support us, and likewise.
Hari tu ada pergi ke Syasya nikah, dia punya wedding?
She did it very private.
Private.
So you guys tak tahu dia nak nikah? Tahu tak dia nak nikah sebenarnya?
Masa dia nak berhenti,
masa dia keluar tu tahu tak?
Okay, let me rephrase that. Of course, every decision that she made at that time, she has to share it with us. But then it's also her family decision to wanted to do this in much more private. So we also respected that. So in my conversations with her is, if you do it, you either do it big or you have to do it really private, which then, because if like setengah ada, setengah tak ada, then it's also going to be a lot of questions because it's going to be the family decision anyway. And like you say, during Raya time, nanti we jemput separuh, tak jemput separuh, then what happened, So we have had that discussion with Syasya and say, okay, why don't we do this as a family saja? Because at that time, Sabronso is also not in town, and we cannot, again, we do not want to hinder the plan of what she wants to do. Yeah.
Tapi masa Syasya bagi tahu nak berundur tu, sebab pertama dia memang dia kata nak berkahwin ataupun mungkin ada sebab-sebab yang dikongsikan dengan kawan-kawan. Kawan-kawan boleh share ke?
No, because it actually comes from me first. So that's why I have to say this, because when she made it, like I say, it's a very tough decision for her to tell us. Of course, when she talked to us, she was saying, okay, what are my contract obligations and how I actually want to undur diri. Then after we have gone through the discussion, they say how I want to tell the girls. So that's how we actually get it. So we say, okay, as a company, we're going to help you to actually bring them together and moderate the situation. You do not know how it's going to turn because the girls are very close with each other. So we have to make sure that everything comes in a much more balanced state. So we were there at the mental stage of where we bring the girls in because then I'll leave it to how you girls react.
Dolla perform bertiga selepas ni. So mungkin ada rasa kekosongan ke ataupun
Dah pernah perform bertiga lepas Syasya keluar? Ke tadi yang first? Dah pernah? So macam mana bila perform bertiga, rasa awkward ke?
Of course ada bezanya, tapi I do believe that no matter what we do in the future as well, Syasya punya spirit and sokongan dia ada dengan kita, you know, in our hearts and what she has done for us as well. So we will do our best to work on our formation and how we deliver kita orang punya performance untuk buatkan performance yang lagi gempak walaupun tiga.
So siapa yang akan empat Syasya?
The Syasya punya live lah.
Yeah, we have already sorted all that out. Thanks to Universal for doing that very professionally as well. Tapi, yes, we are currently sorting out re-recording semua tu. Tapi just for live stage because the original songs are still the original songs.
Dolla, selepas benda-benda tersebut disebabkan ada orang kata Dolla will never be the same without Syasya, and are you guys terima backlash ataupun orang kata kecaman sebab ada yang mengatakan benda ni adalah isu dalam kumpulan, so mungkin ada komen-komen daripada pemain Syasya cakap you guys sebenarnya ada problem ke apa ke?
I mean, there's definitely no problem. I think sekarang ni semua orang pun dah tahu why dia choose to mengundurkan diri. But of course, Syasya had her very special talent. But we also have to believe in ourselves and our own talents yang kita orang ada, and hopefully we can work on that and become stronger.
So kalau macam boleh share kan, bila last korang perform bersama and lagu last recording bersama?
Lagu
Lagu last recording bersama dan last perform bersama live?
With dengan Syasya.
Dengan Syasya, yes.
Last performance was
Maybe
Gempak.
Gempak Most Wanted.
Gempak Most Wanted, yes.
Oh, is it?
Itu last.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay, lagu last bersama? Recording.
The Raya song.
Yes, lagu this song, the Samsung song, the lagu Raya Raya Raya.
Song dengan
Insomniacs, yes.
Okay, so adakah kumpulan Dolla tak risau ke macam popularity or terjejas bila Syasya tak ada, sebab ramai netizen peminat macam sedih bila Syasya keluar dari Dolla?
I think with every change comes unexpected results, so we will never know what will happen. But yang kita boleh buat sekarang is we will work as best as we can untuk buatkan performance dan lagu-lagu yang di masa depan yang lagi baik.
Mungkin Dolla boleh ulas sikit, macam ada baru-baru ni Syasya terima juga kecaman sebab dikatakan macam lebih memilih untuk berkahwin, maksudnya personal life compared to macam tinggalkan fans and also your group members. So boleh tak?
I don't think I have the right to comment on her personal decision. It is a personal decision. We as a group just support her decision and we're happy for her.
Personally, kalau selepas ini Universal terbuka untuk mengambil ahli baru, you guys?
Okay. I think for Universal, we have this question. To be honest, we have people actually like, I seriously have people sending in to say that I should be the fourth member. But I think we have a lot of big plans for what we want to do with Dolla, whether it's Malaysia, Singapore, Indonesia. So the most important thing is our plan is going to go forward with the three girls because it's already a lot of work to try to reform everything. Doesn't mean we are not sacrificing anyone. It's not. But I think as a company, we are a big company. The direction has to go, and I'd say my objective and vision has to go. So we will definitely move forward, and whatever that Syasya wants to say, she will have a separate session with you guys separately, and we have already had that discussion when she's ready. As for now, the three girls, that's where we are heading. Like I said, whether it's going to be another additional member or not, is only, I would say, after whatever we need to do this year, then only we will have that discussion. At the moment now, we have no time to actually think about it. That's why we try to address this one shot, and then whatever speculation that you all may have is okay. That if I say whoever wants to say anything, but as for the facts, this is where we are.
So just want to reconfirm yang Syasya punya management team are still under Universal.
Yes.
Ada projek baru ke untuk bertiga selepas Syasya keluar?
Actually, Dolla is going to continue. That's why I think, and that's why I say as a brand, none of my brands actually says, oh, I don't care whether it's 3 or 4.
Projek lagu baru?
Yes, there will be.
Ada akan ada.
Yes.
Syasya still contact dengan sub TV?
Yes, of course. We just commented on her photo. Yeah, betul.
Actually, kontrak Syasya dengan Universal berapa tahun lagi?
We cannot reveal that. This is actually confidential information. Yeah.
Pernah tak you guys terfikir yang secepat ni akan ada one girl punya lead group campaign kan korang apa maybe after 9 years or maybe
maybe come on.
I think we didn't expect yang macam this time sebab we always work hard for Dolla to just do grow as big as possible together, all four of us. But yeah, I think it's quite soon.
It's quite sudden.
Quite sudden.
At the end of the day, I think obligation kita sebagai girl group, kita ada responsibility to respect the decision of one another juga. And at the end of the day, I'm sure she believes in us to succeed in the future juga. And so we will believe in her happiness juga dalam masa depan.
So mungkin apa yang boleh cakap untuk peminat yang masih bersedih dengan perkara ini?
Masih tak boleh mungkin
Awak yang sedih.
Oh, it's okay. Take your time. Take your
Yes,
time.
yes.
No, because we also have to take our time and process the information and nak biasakan diri dengan working as a three. But yeah, hopefully korang semua boleh still sokong kita orang because we have so many plans to keep Dolla going in the future and also kita orang masih nak banggakan.
I think it's also to make Dolla proud out of Malaysia because we have a lot of plans already in place, in discussion. So that's why there's a lot of big decisions that needs to be made, even though it's her decision, but it does impact the company as well as the girl. But from day one, we have made that agreement to say that whatever the case, we will respect each other's decision in this. Yeah, so we just move forward.
Komen sikit kejadian Dolla dekat China.
Baru
ni kan.
First of all, kita sangat honoured sebab kita baru je dapat award or recognition, penghargaan dari Recording Industry Music Malaysia. And we are very honoured. We learned a lot dari China sebenarnya, and we will continue from that to inspire kita orang punya kerja and do better songs, better performances. Harap-harap korang semua dah tengok Show It All China. Yeah, we are very very happy with what came out from China sebenarnya.
And then with that, we actually had garnered a new fan base juga. So I think there's always pros and cons to every decision we make. So we do have fans that is of course bersedih. Then we hope that will actually change your mind of how it is, like I said, being respectful and also being in Malaysia. There's limitation to what we can do. Tapi for overseas, a lot of people actually looking forward to have Dolla in Singapore as well as Indonesia. So we will be announcing more information as we go.
Is there any plan promotion in China again after this?
There is in talk. Whether we will seal it or not is another thing. I hope we will.
So basically daripada show itu ada yang dapat jemputan untuk show di China.
Semestinya
jemputan show.
Kita dah ada.
Jemputan apa? Jemputan show ke TV show ke macam mana?
Yeah, we are looking Kim says kita tengah berbincang, harap-harap benda ni akan jadi kenyataan sebab sekarang Dolla pun schedule dia busy sangat. So nak cari ruang untuk selitkan sebab kalau pergi China tu sekurang-kurangnya seminggu, just like how we spend, minimum seminggu sebab Show It All tu seminggu dia orang tidur 2 jam je setiap hari. So kalau I pergi China, I need to find time 1 week off and they have so many things in line, going back to studio.
Jemputan untuk show lah.
Yes.
Yeah, show.
So even this one is a jemputan. So it's not like I said, we are very proud to be part of it. Again, it's all timing. I could also say, don't do it this year, we do it next year. That was exactly the conversation that we had. Because we know we haven't done enough in Malaysia fan base or in Southeast Asia. So that's the time they say, okay, no, we want to go. So they say, okay, we go. So that's the kind of dynamics that I have with the girls in our conversation of the career. That's why it's not as, whether it's a decision by the company or decision by the girls or individual, it's nothing like that. So this is where I want to state this. It's not an easy decision, but that is a decision that all of us agree upon. Yeah.
Just recently, lagu Dolla dekat one of Korean punya variety show kan?
Yes, actually, we found out about it today.
Boleh komen sikit?
First of all, I pernah tengok variety show tu. So terkejut sangat bila kita dengar macam tu. But again, bersyukur sangat, dapat dengar lagu kita dekat Return of Superman. I think that's the variety show. So hopefully more to come.
Yep.
So when can we expect new single from Dolla, the three of them?
We will say before the concert. Before the concert. Yeah.
Before the school.
Yes. Yeah, we do have a concert coming as well, which we are preparing for.
This year.
This year.
We will announce it this year. The concert for sure this year.
Tapi tak nak reveal date lagi.
Belum. So that's seal, but I won't reveal it yet.
But this year.
This year.
Singapore. KL.
Also we'll review out together. Dah nak cerita semua.
Kena ada
Mesti
visi.
ada visi. Dah nak tanya
Kau nak
siapa?
macam dia reveal
I'm sure after that you gonna ask me macam konsep.
konsep
macam
tour
dengan
ke?
siapa.
Konsep tour ke satu konsep je?
Ada tahu. Janganlah sekali akan kasih semua.
You announce it.
Yeah.
So since Dolla kan ada 4 girls kan, so each of you ada fan base tersendiri. So sekarang macam fan Syasya, dia still fan Dolla gitu macam mana?
Actually, not quite sure. So far, kita tengok response dia, I mean, bersyukur sangat lah. The idols are so sweet. So far, they have been so supportive, and ada fans yang datang show dengan banner of the 3 of us now. So they're very supportive, and thank you to idols.
I think in the
doing that.
K-pop culture, we are all very used to 3 member, 4 member, 5 member, 10 members, you know, which I think they already used to at that culture, right? I think it's only time will tell whether who's the fan and who's the real fan, who's the super fan. I think that only you will know as the time goes by, in my opinion, as a record label. Yeah.
Kalau in the future, let's say, ada possibility tak untuk Syasya datang balik kepada Dolla as in like bukan a member tapi like macam you know like a project, a special.
I'm sure there's always a lot of possibilities. You want to be a member, also boleh. You know, there's always such a possibility. I think that's the beauty of today's world, right? There's no such thing called this is the template. That's what you can do. There's a lot solo. There's a lot back to band. There's selepas tu balik band solo band. You know, this is quite normal in our music industry now. Whether it's regional ataupun international. I don't see there's no such possibility if that's what she wants. So I think this is where the open conversation is.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you Dolla.